Beautiful. Jackson Nelson back. Some heavy pressure quickly. The pass is complete to Jed Hughes. And that will be another Skyhawk first down.
He had a little pressure on his right side coming down on him. I don't know if that was a called blitz from the safety or the corner, but he stood in there and he got that ball off to Hughes, and that he caught the ball and
really kept his cool there, didn't he?
Yeah, both of them.
Hughes so far, a couple of receptions on this drive and has been deadly for the Skyhawks. So another 1st and 10 from the Wasatch 15. That run is through the middle for the Skyhawks. Hit by a couple of Wasps, but taken down. Finally, again, Hughes. So Hughes doing it with the rush and with the reception.
It's like Carter Bacad made that tackle. Looks like he's got a stinger or something in his shoulder. The Colton Brisk is coming in, outside linebacker. Yeah, this is where we need to make a statement.
This is a stand right now. You're right.
Yep.
And a big, big offensive possession for the Skyhawks.
If he's going under center.
Jackson Nelson hands off again to Hughes. Hughes hits a couple of yards, but nice. Brought down.
They filled the hole up nice. There was two or three Wasps that met him at the line of scrimmage. That was a nice stand there.
It's like a gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line now.
Looks like we're going 21 personnel, which means you got 2 guys in the backfield. You actually got 3, not including the quarterback.
That looked like a keep from Jackson Nelson.
It was.
And the initial sign is that it was a touchdown. Touchdown, Salem Hills.
Yeah, that's an experienced quarterback. He's a heady kid, and he just kept that, went down the line and stuck it in there.
It looks like the Skyhawks will be kicking for their, and we saw that replay. Again, well run there by the Skyhawks. Out kicking for the Skyhawks is Caden Bowers.
Yeah, that you rarely see high school football go under center when they're predominantly shotgun all the way down the field. And they got in the red zone. They got inside the 5-yard line, and they went under center, 2 backs. And that last formation, they had I call him a sniffer. It's the tight end. He's just standing back behind the tackle, and you had 3 guys in the backfield. So that was a loaded backfield, and they just muscled it in.
So, Ken, what's your impression? First 2 possessions of each team.
Pretty evenly matched.
Quickly down the field.
The quarterback is much better in person than he is on paper. I mean, I know he looks good on paper, but he's a imposing looking dude standing back there. Like I think you said a couple times, very composed. Gets the ball out of his hands well. And big receivers. Salem Hills always big kids. Football, basketball, volleyball. They're
boy, we know that well, don't we, Ken?
Yeah. But what a great way to start a game.
As we were looking at the stats, Jed Hughes for the Skyhawks, the senior, leading in number of carries, yards per carry, and in receptions as well.
He's the workhorse.
Well over 200 yards for the season in both categories. Wow. So he is the threat on the run and the pass. So the kickoff for Salem Hills looks like it might actually be returnable. That looks like that is Alex Cloward. He's got space.
Very nice.
He's on the left sideline. There's no one in front of him.
No flags.
No flags. That is a touchdown, Wasatch. I believe that's out. Is that who is that?
Is that 88?
Is that Heyer? Joseph Heyer. Is that who I'm looking at? We're checking the number.
You can't see the jersey very well.
Well, we're still checking the number. It's either Heyer.
It's 88.
It's 88. There's the replay.
That's a sophomore.
You can see on your screen.
Very well blocked.
The great blocking is what I noticed right there.
They over-pursued a little bit, got out of their lanes, and he took it right up the left side. And he's quick.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Coach Coburn used to preach, stay in your lanes.
Explain what that means just a little bit while they're doing the extra point here.
So when you're on the kickoff team, you're responsible for about 2 to 3 yards on either side of you. So you've got lanes that you need to hold till about the 30 on the opposing side, and then you can start coming in. And if you outrun it or run past the kicker or the receiver, you're not doing your job. So it looks like these guys kind of outran the coverage, and the blocks were held downfield.
Here's another replay so we can see what Ken's talking about. What it looked like is waters parted right there at about the 30-yard line.
Yep,
and there's your lanes right there you were talking about.
So they stayed in them a little too long. You got to squeeze at the very end and come into the ball carrier, and it just seems like well, you know what? They may have stayed in their lanes too well. And they just stayed in racetracks all the way down, and
Hire showing sprinter speed going down the sideline.
He is. If I'm looking at that right, he's a sophomore.
That's what it looks like. Joseph Hire.
6 foot 180, 163. I put 20 pounds on him. He'd be happy about that.
So a quick score.
Great kick.
And that'll go to the end zone for a touchback. So very quick score.
Yeah.
Already 21 points scored in this game. And there's still 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
That seems to be a Wasatch trend this year. We score in bunches in in the first half, don't we?
Well, and again, we were talking about that earlier, how they're always very, very tough in the first half.
Yep.
And I was talking to, I believe it was Coach Montzingo after the Park City game.
Mm-hmm.
And that Park City, won it there at the end of that one on the first game of the season. And he talked about adjustments. And, as a volleyball coach, not a football expert in any way.
Right.
But in volleyball, it was that way exactly all the time. Make adjustments either for yourself or make adjustments for what you see the other team doing.
Right.
And Coach Montzingo, credited that to his team for making the adjustments necessary that game.
Being coachable. Run another 6-yard gain. That's tough to do. You let them have 6 yards and first down. That's a success for the offense. You want to hold them under 3. Now you got a short second.
Second down and 4 for the Skyhawks after as you mentioned, the 6-yard run. This time Nelson back plenty of time. I thought there might be a holding there. Pass is going to be incomplete. Heavy pressure.
Look like Garrett Christian got a lick on him when he's coming out. You hold the ball that long and you're going to get one of those.
Yeah, Garrett Christensen, is that who you said?
Yeah, Garrett Christian, he's the left end. He was in chase on that, but we got to keep this kid in the pocket. He stands in there pretty well. If we get some pressure on him and not let him roll out, he has the ability to see over the line.
So it'll be third down and 4 already here in the first quarter. A big third down opportunity for Wasatch. Nelson back. Again, here comes the blitz quickly, and the pass is complete. And that will be a first down.
That's a great spot too. That I think his knee. Well, it's where your first body part's down and where the ball ends up. That's a pretty generous spot. But great. They had a little crossing route, and he cleared out and he hit him.
That would be one of the adjustments we're talking about. That's the first completion of the game for Trayson Zobel. I believe the first completion of the game. And boy. Once again, so impressed with Jackson Nelson just hanging in there, seeing that
he does
what looked like a middle linebacker coming at him.
Great lick by a Wasatch player, come up and make that tackle. Just got to.
So first down, that'll be
nice
once
job.
again
Who was
Jeff
that?
Hughes.
Who's number 20?
Looks like
Max
4.
Madsen. Great
and
job.
Number 4, Ben Sluga.
Max came up and blew up. He had the box technique over there, and he blew that kid up in the backfield, and I believe was the first one to the ball. That was a nice play by Max.
So that's a tackle for a loss of about a yard. So the Skyhawks looking at second and about 11 at the 2-minute mark here left in the first quarter.
Probably expecting a pass or on second down, possibly a screen play, but they're going empty. Nobody in the backfield.
And nobody in the backfield. 3 receivers wide. I don't, when you mentioned that earlier, pass is complete by Nelson.
Well.
That is to Alex Cloward, but met quickly. I'm trying to see the number.
Nice play
of Wasatch. Was that Colton Brisk?
No, I don't think that was Colton.
Or was it Caden Luke?
That looked like a 23, a safety
23.
or something.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Tavian Edwards.
Tavian came up. That was a nice play. He sniffed that out, and I think I'm gonna bring the binoculars out,
nice.
Brent. I got a little bit of
nice.
My old.
Either way, that was a big tackle and a big defensive stop. It is now 3rd down and 7 for Jackson Nelson and the Skyhawks. Here comes the pressure again. Nelson
nice
is
job.
Intercepted by Trevin Rothwell.
Great pick.
Across the middle.
Okay. Looks like Nielsen was eyeing down one receiver, and Rothwell just stepped in front of it.
I want to say the intended receiver was Court Stewart. Here's the instant replay.
Yep. Nice job. So so what they're doing is that mesh route again, Brent. They're trying to mesh those 2 inside receivers, and Rothwell just stepped right in front of it.
If I'm not mistaken, that'll be the first interception of the year for Trevin Rothwell.
Looks like they were in a zone, setting back in the zone, like the 2-3 zone in basketball, and you just wait for the guy to come through your area, and Rothwell stepped in front of it. That was a great play.
That's actually the 5th interception of the season for Jackson Nelson. And we got a flag.
For somebody who's been as spot on this game, I think he tried to get rid of that a little bit too easy. On the mesh play, you gotta let that guy clear out on the end. You try to avoid throwing in the middle like that. So he must have seen something. Great defensive stand.
It did look like the beginnings of a little blitz. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah,
okay.
No,
Is that what you were saying?
Put a little pressure on him, and he didn't wait that out. It was a penalty on us. Movement. It was 5 yards.
So the false start against Wasatch will make it 1st and 15. There's Chris Cook again. He's going to get a few yards.
Nice 4-yard gain. I mean, if we're not starting off in the hole, that's a good gain for us.
Chris Cook has been a workhorse already here in this first quarter. And yet Wasatch has not had the ball that many minutes. Kelson back. He's got a man open. That's
really
Crew
nice
Erickson.
Ball.
Erickson can't quite slip by the first tackle.
That is a long pass when you look at it, and Mac put that on the money. He spins the ball very well for a young man.
Skyhawks, Aiden Haskell. Here's the replay. Long pass, and there's Haskell. Just got almost, Crew Erickson almost juked him enough. But a great tackle.
He wasn't looking at the hips.
And while we were talking there has been another offense. An offside.
Yeah, a little gift for us.
I got to say, Wasatch has really done that well.
Yeah, they have.
The last few weeks. Just getting teams to get off balance a little bit. Quick pass to Erickson. Again, he's on the right side. And he's brought down quickly once again.
First down.
Once again, that is Jed Hughes playing both sides of the ball.
That was the old dive play when you and I played, Brent. That was that. Instead of taking it up the A gap, now we throw it out to the edge and let receivers block for them.
So that'll be the end of the first quarter. Here in Heber City, Utah, Wasatch High School. Wasatch up 14-7.
Okay.
We want to just take a minute. We will be right back after this. Thanks for joining us here on Sting TV. And welcome back, everybody. Skyhawks.
And typical, we're out of the gate running. Gain of 0.
Yeah, it looked like that was caught really quickly by the Skyhawk defense. Kelson back in the shotgun once again. It'll be second down. That looked like a little loss of yards, as you mentioned. There's Chris Cook over on the right side. He's got a little space, makes a juke.
Job, Chris.
And gets his extra 4 yards.
That was nice. And then he took on the tackle at the very end, put his head down, and got a couple more yards.
That is great running.
And that's a well-designed play.
It will be third down, however. Third and about 2 for Wasatch. Once again, Chris Cook with the ball.
Very
Looks
nice.
like he's going to get it a first down. He goes down to the Skyhawk about the 7-yard line.
Outstanding job by the line. We're wearing down that, what comes with a big defensive line is their cardio might not be there. And that guy wasn't set.
So
Oh, they get a
and
timeout.
You saw that. That's what the coach saw, that
Yeah.
they were not
Yep.
ready. That is a huge benefit of the no huddle.
Yep.
And it's not just no huddle. They're getting the snap as soon as the ref puts the ball on the ground.
And I'll get blown up by people that are football aficionados, but there are in college you gotta let them have a line change, so they allow them to make defensive personnel changes. In high school, not so much, and they just kind of got caught there. But great running by Chris, and I love that they went back to that outside zone after the third down. That was a great call.
I was hoping they would show that replay of how they weren't ready.
Yeah,
it was almost like what you're saying.
Right.
Is, that's interesting. So in college, you're saying they have required a few extra seconds.
Yeah, they do. They let them make the line changes there. In high school, I don't know that they've seen it as much. It's a trendy offense. A lot of people are starting to do it, but I think Coach Roberts is his 3rd year here, and I think he's done it every year. But I like this run game we got going.
So here it is, first and goal from the Skyhawk 7-yard line, 6-yard line maybe. Wasatch, Kelson back with Chris Cook right by his side. They're going to give it to Cook again. He's going to go on the left. He jukes, passes a few, and carries it. Skyhawk down to the 2-yard line.
I like when Chris gets north and south a little quicker. He was kind of trying to pick his hole, and
here we go. Third down quickly. Chris Cook again over the line. Touchdown.
Outstanding. Boy, we are a tough team to defend when we run the ball like that. I think when oftentimes when we throw it a lot, you get a little one-dimensional, but that's complete offense there. And we haven't thrown the ball deep.
Nope, not once.
Normally, Coach Roberts he'll zing one, and that was a great call. As an offensive coordinator, he called a great drive there.
So a couple things I'll ask you, Ken, while we're doing this. Here's the extra point. Once again, Southam kicking that little 20-yarder, kicking it about 50 yards.
He's got a leg. That runs in the family.
Well, okay, so while we're talking about this, with a 21-7 lead for Wasatch, let's talk about you mentioned, as we mentioned earlier, and probably didn't say it enough, Ken, you were a coach here with the football team for several years, right?
I started with Coach Coburn his first year and coached with him for about 10 years.
10 years.
And it is it's a passion. I love doing it. Helped on the defensive side of the ball mostly. The entire time. So that's kind of my forte. That's what I love. But I love to see a good offense work the defense.
Well, let's talk about that next. Coach Roberts, you're referring to?
Chase Roberts.
Chase Roberts.
He's offensive coordinator, has been for the last few years, and he's the one that's he's kind of taken hold of this no huddle offense, and he likes to move the ball.
There's the replay of the Chris Cook touchdown.
Boy, the line is just killing them up front.
And the kickoff in live play here is going to be pitched, and I believe that it was pitched to Caden Bowers. No, Bowers would be the kicker. So I'm trying to find the number of the player that was running that ball, and I don't see him.
These kids are well disciplined, and they give that ball up really quick, so you have to tell which one is which.
Either way, We're going to give that about a 19-yard
It's like we've got a flag, too, back here. Possibly a hold on the backside, or?
Referees discussing the flag. Well, and while they're doing that, you mentioned Coach Roberts. Is this all his scheme, or is it Coburn a little bit with it? How much does he play with that?
I've been off the staff, and Steve Coburn's he came from our era, and so he was a under center type of guy, and I think Coach Coburn spent the majority of his career on the defensive side of the ball. No, I don't know that normally, if ever, that we've run this no huddle. So I think Chase probably ushered that in, and Coach Coburn's been open to that. And as the game changed, even Nick Saban says, we got to change the game. You got to change as the game changes.
So a penalty on Wasatch, 15-yard penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Skyhawks. That's Hughes once again. Hughes has been a workhorse.
Good makeup. We gave him the edge, and I thought he was going to turn it up, and we closed really well.
That looks like as part of the tackle. There were several there, but as part of the tackle, that's number 23, Tavian Edwards.
Boy,
and
nice job.
I want to say the other one was, sorry we didn't catch the other that made that tackle. So it'll now be, sorry, go ahead.
No, Tavian coming from a safety position and make that tackle, and that's what he needs to do. That's the alley or the D gap, and he closed really well.
2nd down and about 8 for the Skyhawks here. Jackson Nelson back. Next to him is Roper K. And that is a completion again to Jed Hughes. Hughes is going to get a 1st down.
A little over pursuit by us. Number 7. Sawyer over pursued that one. That's hard. You got to break down on that. And he's a big kid. It's hard to take. He's 6'2". It's hard to take 6'2" from 100 miles an hour to.
So a 1st down, ball placed right smack in the middle of the field on the 50-yard line for the Skyhawks. Got to say, Jed Hughes is the workhorse, the same as Chris Cook is for Wasatch.
I was just going to say that Nielsen hasn't went back to the pass, and then we got 2 passes in a row, so he's going to throw it again.
There's a quick to the sideline, this time to Trayson Zobel.
And we're over pursuing on that. It's like coach is throwing somebody in. He's making a change. Number 16's coming in for Davis.
That's Hunter Roylance into the game.
I think a safety over there.
Roylance has been hurt a little bit the last few weeks.
He's an athlete. And Davis has done well, too.
So with that run, that little reception, it'll be 2nd down and about 6 for Salem Hills. Again, Jackson Nelson back. This time Hughes in the backfield with him. And in motion to the right. It's obviously going to Hughes.
Great job.
Hughes gets met quickly right at the yard line of scrimmage.
That's number 9, Bryson Lloyd. Way to close, Bryson.
Fabulous single tackle there.
Little stinger on his hand, though, but he's not coming out. Yeah, that was a nice job. And everybody in town knew where that was going, right?
Even me.
He went in motion as you called it, and Jackson turned and flipped it to him. And the defense is looked nice tonight.
Early in the game, we're only 2nd quarter, but this is a big 3rd down for Wasatch for their confidence. And it's a big 3rd down for Salem Hills.
Yeah, they need to get on the board. They need to score.
Nelson back, lots of time. He's going to swing to his left. Pass is incomplete.
Job. I think our big 6'2" Sawyer Johansson got up and got a hand in his face, and that's what we got to do. You can't let this kid run untouched.
Play.
But he is dangerous when he gets out of the pocket, and he moves pretty well for 6'6".
And I thought that when he was running the play there, I thought he could almost do a little pump fake and run in.
I think he held it a little bit too long, and I think that was credit to Sawyer coming up, putting a little pressure on him, getting his hands up.
So this will be the first punt of the night for either team.
Is this Bucad back for us? Carter Bucad?
A high snap. Almost took too long.
Really good kick.
Bucad calls the fair catch.
And that's pretty good job. I used to return punts, and you used to put your heels on the 10, and if it was over your head, you let it go because chances are it's going to bounce in the end zone. But
nice
job.
Yeah, that's
Carter.
good insight. I would not have ever thought that. So
nice shortcut. That was a nice defensive stand for us. Just like you said, Brent, we needed that as bad as they needed to score, and now the ball's in our hands, and we've been chewing some clocks. Let's see if we run the ball like we did the last couple series.
7:44 left here in the first half. And to their credit, a great kick for Salem. That pass will be complete to Picard.
Geez, nice ball, Matt Kelson. He is spinning it really nice.
We haven't even talked about Matt Kelson, sophomore.
Yeah, he looks really good. I've thought that every week I've watched this kid. Chris
Cook meets a little bit on the outside. He's going to met, but it looks like it will be a first down.
Man, I love to see Chris get north and south. You can hear me say it a lot. He is so much better when he does that.
Another quick offense.
Great ball.
Catch is bobbled by Crew. He's got space down the left sideline. The only runner that's going to catch him, and that's Crew Erickson. Touchdown,
you know what?
Wasatch.
That's a great move, but I'm going to give that to Matt Kelson. That ball coming out, you put it, that's exactly where he needs to put it. And so well, it bounced off his hand, and he's got some zip on the ball. I've seen more than one person kind of bobble it.
Crew Erickson with his second touchdown of the night, but it's only going to count. It's the first touchdown of the night.
He'll go in. When he's old like us, he'll be like, "Oh, and I scored 2 of those that night."
I don't know if we have the replay that we'll do after the point.
That Matt could not have put that ball any better in stride. And I hate to say this is money, but this kid has got such a leg. I coached his brother Skyler, who I thought had the best leg I've ever seen.
Here's the replay. There's the bobble.
Yeah.
3 Salem Hills could not stop him. He just made the juke. And then there was
off to the races. Look at this. I mean, he's given up. He's like, forget it.
The Hills, like, there's no catching that.
He is quick. But, we're seeing over pursuit in there, too. I see the benefit of this throwing the ball out, getting outside the hash marks on the numbers. And you're taking advantage of people that are over pursuing.
Well, and again, Crew Erickson now has probably over 150 yards catching, but he's only going to get credit for about 60. So, so quickly here, the score heightens 28-7. Yeah. And I'm going to say the real turnaround is the kickoff return.
Yeah. It punches you in the gut when when you're the opposing team. You score, you get it, you give the ball back to them, and then bam, you're back on offense. You feel like you're back in a hole again.
Well, there was the kickoff return and the Trevin Rothwell interception.
Yeah, great play, great turnaround.
And just like you say, it's just devastating.
Coach Coburn used to always talk about the team that's going to make the fewest mistakes, right?
That once again, the kickoff is like a squib here. There's open space. That is number 10. Dagan Gamble.
Great return.
Again with a great return. It's not like Salem Hills not giving themselves a couple of chances here or there.
And it seemed like they've kind of sputtered, right? They've got away from the mesh routes. They had the pass in the run game, and I think when you panic a little bit, you think you got to get big chunk plays. When they were just driving down the ball, they were handing it off to Hughes, and he was chipping away for them. I bet looks like they're going to go 2 back.
2 backs this time.
Like the old I back.
1 receiver, tight end. No, that's probably not a tight end.
They're tight.
And here comes the extra guy.
Did he come off the sidelines?
Yep.
He's like, hey, you got to be in here. He's going to have to be on the ball. He's off the ball.
So here's a different look from the Skyhawks.
They're going to go big.
That's Jed Hughes is going to get the ball. He's met quickly, but he always tackles. He's got 15 yards running. He's down the right sideline all the way into Wasatch territory.
Bryson, who did so good holding that edge, he's got to keep his head on the ball carrier on his hips.
That's going to be a 26 approximately yard run for Jed Hughes, who has been huge for the Skyhawks.
And they're doing that on purpose. So you go I backs, you got that power back. You got the fullback that is another blocker. I didn't see if they pulled a lineman or anything, but that was a good they're trying to get outside, and this Lloyd kid hits the hole. He's a tough kid.
I guarantee you that Wasatch will never think they have too big a lead against somebody like Salem Hills.
And I said Lloyd, I meant Hughes.
There's Hughes again. He's going to get the handoff this time right up the middle. He meets the front line.
D-line.
And Hughes stays on his feet. Looks like he was met
Colton Brisk was
by
the one
Colton Brisk
at the end there. That was a nice fill on Colton's side.
And then Josh Davis included, as well as I lost
Safety
the other
coming
one.
up. I didn't see who the D lineman was.
In either case, a 2-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and about 8.
They're going to stay in the I formation under center. They're going to power it.
So it's Nelson.
You'll see play action here.
And there is the pass. So it looks like he's going to his left. Nelson gets knocked down. The pass is in the air,
50,
and it's
50.
caught.
Yep.
Touchdown, Salem Hills.
Yeah, play action pass on 2nd down. Why not? And we bid a little bit. We had it covered pretty well. It wasn't one. He was there. It was a 50-50 ball after that.
I'm looking at the number. I believe it's number 5, Court Stewart.
We've called him a couple times tonight. And he's made some good plays. Look, wipe the rain off that ball. So it's play action. So they fake the run.
There's the replay.
Hold the linebackers.
They'll show it after the kick. Kick is blocked.
Oh, nice job. Good job,
So
special
Wasatch
teams.
blocks the extra kick. So it'll be, and here's the replay on that touchdown.
So play action, held the linebackers. The receiver, look, he stops for a minute and then he goes and he just threw the ball up. Brent, you have to wipe the rain off that ball. He put some air on that.
But you're right. Court Stewart absolutely just won the battle of the.
It turned into 50-50 ball because he didn't have him beat. He was our corner was on top of him, and it just came down to got to go up and get it.
So lots and lots of points here in the first half.
A little
Still
bit of life
5.5
for these
minutes.
guys, yeah. You like to get that extra point, but that was a. And they didn't mask what they were doing. They came out, they went I formation. They were going to run the ball, and when you run the ball, that passing game opens up.
So 28-13.
Well, we could use another return here, but I'm sure that a special teams group got an earful when they went back. I don't assume they're going to miss this one.
You know, looking at the average points for both teams averaging above 40 points a game.
Right.
And so the kickoff is up.
It's returnable.
And I believe that
young
is
sophomore again.
That's higher once again. He's still got yards. There is a flag. That will probably mean a hold, would you say?
Yeah. It was over there on the far end. I'm looking at number 34 for us. I don't know exactly what happened, but sometimes they get hung up. And
so it is a hold. So the 30-yard return.
Geez, and it almost seemed
a little more than 30.
Almost seems like he was past the ball. I hate when that flag comes in when the ball is 10, 15 yards down the field and then it's behind you. You just hate to see that.
Placement at the 20-yard line. So
it's tough to ask a kid to stop somebody running 100 miles an hour down the field to put a body on him and then not expect him to hold on to something.
There's a good view of the front line of Wasatch coming out on the field.
They played very well. Coach Springhurst has got them looking very good today.
So here we go, Wasatch. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half. Once again, Chris Cook with the carry. Looks like he's going to gain his 5 or 6 yards.
Little outside zone.
And the quick no huddle quickly coming back. That's
Very
the same
nice ball.
play. Almost looked like a touchdown last possession.
If you don't have a live arm, you can't make that play because that linebacker was he had bled out right on top of that.
Erickson with the catch. That'll be a first down. Kelson
got to hold that block.
Finds his man, but wow.
And he knows it.
Attacked quickly there. I'm trying to find the numbers of the tacklers. Let's see. That would be, I believe, number 24 for Salem Hills, which would be Tyler Bailey, and the other one we lost. We might be able to see the replay, but big loss of yard play there for Salem. So it makes it second down and about 15.
We're going to you, right?
Kelson back to pass. He's going to be pressured, but gets it off once again to Chris Cook.
Great
Cook's going to be got open space on the left sideline. Stops, cuts in, almost is able to get past, but another great tackle.
Hey, I got to give it to Austin McNaughton. What an outstanding! He pancaked a kid, running full speed, and he was the lead blocker all the way down the field.
Quick offense again for Wasatch. The pass is complete this time to Hire.
Nice job.
Spin moves.
This kid's an athlete.
And I see a flag.
I did too.
Here's a.
It ends up being a hold
of that last.
Look at Austin McNaughton pancake this kid.
Right there.
So he blocked 2 kids essentially, and then he's getting this 3rd kid down the. Look at this kid go, and he's still blocking. Atta boy.
Chris Cook has had multiple 20-yard runs after a pass reception.
Chris, great. Yeah, I don't want to discount Chris, but man, you got to give it. You got to give it to your 76.
Chris would say the same thing.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. He would. He's a humble kid.
So besides the big gain, there was a penalty against the Skyhawks. Can't quite. I was hoping to hear the announcer say what it was. Just a 5-yard penalty. So that will make 1st and 5. Although they're marking it like it's first.
Wonder if he's going to take a shot right here. I like Chris Cook. I like giving to Chris Cook. I'm a little aggressive too, but he may take a shot. And you got Crew here. You got your number 1 receiver here on the split left. He's in the trips formation.
Quick play calling from the sideline.
I think they're going to take a shot.
Looks like there is going to be either a timeout or.
What are the officials? They may be questioning the spot. Like, did we spot that right?
Yeah. How can it be 4 yards?
Yeah.
If it was a 5-yard penalty. I was thinking the same thing. That makes it look like.
And I see the Salem Hills coaches on the other side. Kind of, they got the hands out wide, going, hey, what do we got?
Yeah. Why? It should be right about the. What I'm guessing.
Same
it should
formation.
Be about the. Well, they're not. They're not moving that ball. That's
Coach
really
Roberts going to take a shot here. I got a feeling. Yeah, we run the ball.
When you say take a shot, what do you mean?
We're going to throw it.
Okay.
We're going to throw this one
go for the big
end.
score.
Yeah, we're going to go. Okay. We're going to see if Crew can beat this. So safety's in the middle of the field. He doesn't have any help over the top. Maybe sees that.
And when you say over the top, you're talking about safety behind him.
Yeah, so center fielder. No center fielder here.
And you're right. Kelson back to pass.
He's going to take a shot.
Just what you said.
And
There's Erickson. He's open. Great defensive play.
Great play.
That's going to be Aiden Haskell.
Mac held that a little bit longer. It was a great ball, but I think if he would have got it out a little sooner, and it kind of hung there, so number 9 had a chance. That was a great play by 9. Who was that kid?
Aiden Haskell, a junior.
Wow.
Here's that replay.
Wow.
We're back to live.
That's a nice ball, though. I don't know if he could put it anywhere. I don't know if he could have put it anywhere else. Just get
Chris
credit
Cook,
to number 9.
So back to live. Chris Cook runs the ball, but there are flags.
Wow.
And it looks like Wasatch is backing up. So that would have to be a hold. Yeah.
So to your point, we're probably getting a little bit tired. These guys have been on the field a lot. I know Coach Christensen with the defense is like, man, I like when these guys stay on the field. It gives us some time, and they're doing that. These drives have been outstanding.
So that will make it 2nd and about 11 or 10 and a half for Wasatch. Plenty of time here in the second half.
I know Coach is going to take a shot again. I'd run Chris Cook on 2nd down, eat up a little clock, but
3:23 left. Kelson back to pass. He's getting pressure. He's going to run. Back. And he is brought down near the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he might have gained a few yards for sure. So they're going to place it at about the Salem Hills 42.
It's a long third. I don't like being in this situation.
8. Kelson back. He's got a man open
Very
again.
Nice ball.
And this is intercepted by Salem Hills.
Yeah.
That'll be, once again, Haskell. Aiden Haskell, easily the player of the defensive stand there on that.
He is good. I don't know who our receiver was. I think it was number 1. I think it was Crew. It almost looked like, and I got to see it again, almost looked like Crew might have stopped running there.
A huge defensive stop for Salem Hills. I mean, we're talking as big as the Rothwell interception earlier in the game for Wasatch. Here's the replay.
I think we were going.
And you can see the intended receiver was Crew Erickson.
Yeah, and I think he stopped running, and number 9 set back and got that.
Credit Chase Ritchie with the tackle there too. Otherwise, there was another 20-yard gain.
Yep.
So the carry that time for Salem Hills, and I expect them to run off a little clock.
I do
and
too.
Just get the score any way you can to go into the halftime.
Clock's running, trying to get a play in.
I believe that run was by Hughes.
Boy, if I'm head coach, I want offense coordinator to have that next play called, especially right now.
So, second down and about 6 for Salem Hills.
A little bit of a 3-deep zone. Have three safeties out there.
Nelson back with Hughes behind him. Nelson's going to throw. Got some pressure and hit quickly.
Nice job. We're sniffing it out.
Intended receiver was Houghton.
Nice job.
And I didn't see who made the
tackle. Looked like it was Sawyer Johansson. Nice play.
Yeah, number 7. You're right.
He has made some nice plays. After I kind of criticized him a little bit on overrunning a play that didn't end up be a game changer, but he has been solid. Big 6'2", gets his hands up. He's a good looking player.
It was almost a favor that the intended receiver dropped the ball because there would have been a loss of yards.
Yeah, it would have.
So it'll be third down and 6.
They like that mesh route.
Nelson back. He's going to get a little pressure, and he's going to get he avoided the sack, but he won't quite make the first down.
So that mesh route works when you run the mesh against man-to-man. You want to let it clear out. When you run it in zone, you want to throw it before it gets cleared out because you're running into a defender.
I thought that was as well as the front line has done almost.
Yeah.
I guess they did it the last possession as well.
Right. And offensive lines tend to, when they know it's a pass, they set back on their heels and they're not as aggressive.
Okay.
But we have we've done really well up front. I think our front 6 have made every play there, whereas before, some of the drives before, our safeties and our corners were coming up making plays.
Gotcha.
And that front 6 is doing well.
Again, adjustments.
Yeah.
Talking about adjustments. Yep. So there's a timeout on the field. We're going to stay right here with you. Thanks for joining us here on Sting TV. Those of you, we did have some technical difficulties earlier, and we appreciate hearing from you. So as anytime you want to contact us, you might know us even personally. You can send a text to us, or we do have Instagrams, Sting TV, and Facebook. So again, thank you for joining us. It is a beautiful night here, and Ken Purdy with us. Corey Lang normally with us, and he is doing a fabulous job being the director of Sting TV.
He's got his hands full.
Tonight.
This is a professional production here.
We love all the kids here. His new students are running things, and it has been great. So here we go, a big fourth down.
It's like we got a wildcat play here. This is going to go right to Hughes.
Hughes is with the ball. There's only 1.5 yards needed for the first down. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get the first down.
Yep. Well, he was deep in the backfield too. Usually, when you want a wildcat, you don't want him set that deep. But he was way back there.
Avoided a couple of tackles.
Yep. Give it the offensive line on that one. They held the block.
So it'll be first down, a huge risk play, and I believe well deserved for Salem Hills.
This quarterback is so good. I am surprised. Wasatch's got these guys befuddled. I mean, they have gotten out of their rhythm.
Clock is running 1:27. Nelson back. He's got fresh downs. Passes complete to Hughes. There's going to be probably forward motion. Won't get. So again, the tackle that time looks like Sawyer Johansson in on it, as well as. Boy, I am not sure. It looks like another timeout. Wasatch using their timeouts. No. Sorry, Salem Hills using their timeouts.
We've deployed 3 deep safeties, and so when he comes back, he's just seeing 3 guys deep. So his first read should be one of those outside receivers, and he is looking right down in the middle of the field, just trying to dump it off.
We're talking about the importance of this drive for Salem Hills.
Sure.
The opportunity to get within one score of Wasatch after Wasatch had a 28-7 lead.
And when you're on the road and the opposition's homecoming game, you need it. You need that momentum.
Speaking of, it's been a fantastic homecoming week here at Wasatch. A big crowd here tonight, lots of students, lots of parents. And the Salem Hills side has a good representation of fans.
Yeah, it was better than the first. I was a little disappointed when I first got here. They usually travel better than this.
So here we go, second and about 9 for Salem Hills with 1:18 left in the first half. Nelson back to pass, heavily pressured, and there is a missed tackle, and that's going to be a big gain for the Skyhawks.
Wow. Colton Brisk come off the end and put some pressure on him, and he delivered the ball.
And who was the receiver? Court Stewart.
Yep.
Once again for
the
Skyhawks.
He has been big.
And just like that, Salem Hills, 1st and 10 from the Wasatch 14-yard line.
Oh.
There's a fumble, but there's flags.
Man.
White hat, shaking the zoo.
So that will be a false start. Clock has stopped.
Center got a little bit of heat there and got rid of the ball, put it on the ground, which you don't want.
Right.
I felt like he was going to probably run that ball. Now your game plan changes a little bit.
Here's a replay on the gain just a moment ago. And you can see, boy, Stewart again, stands in there, just so well. That missed tackle, lost 20 yards.
That hurts, and he knows it too. So,
but again, a great gain by Court Stewart.
And he has played. Our corners played really well tonight, both of them. But those tackles can kill you. Plays in space.
So it will be repeat first down. And the referee is here telling the clock to put more time on the clock. That much time? I thought he said put 1:05. Oh, 1:08.
Ooh.
What on earth?
So number 5 split wide left, Brent. I can see them trying to. Our safety's getting out of him.
Isolation.
Which is going to leave that number 2 in the seam if we don't pick him up on the left side.
That is well viewed by a coach. So our outside backer needs to get hands on the number 2 receiver, which is actually number 2. So the clock must have kept running. They have put more time on the clock, but we didn't see where that might have run. So
Salem Hill is going to be frustrated. 12.
There's potential.
Jackson Nilsson is frustrated. He's like, come on, guys, get it together. And Coach Coburn, 30 years in this game, head coach, he knows how to disrupt them. He's asking questions that they can't answer. So
the penalty will make it 1st and 15.
Plenty of time.
For the Skyhawks. Yeah, plenty of time. The clock is running again. Nelson's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it left. And he's got time. He's got a receiver and just short.
That's a tough ball. I turn and throw across your body. I thought it was going to get picked.
Intended receiver, I believe, was number 1. That's Trayson Zobel. And it'll be 2nd down and 15.
I wonder if you meant, I don't know how much designed that was. I wonder if you roll out that way to throw to number 5 to Court Stewart, who's your best receiver out there.
Go ahead if you'd like. Here's a replay on that last.
Well, I think they were trying to isolate 5.
Left.
Yep, there he is, open. Safety sucks up to him, and he threw it back, which is gutsy. And they got the ball here going live.
2nd and 15. Stewart's got time. He's going to run it to the right. This time he passes wide open. Touchdown, Salem Hills.
Wow, we came out of coverage. And that happens when the quarterback scrambles. You come out of coverage to support.
Boy, it looked like he almost crossed the line of scrimmage.
Coach Coburn, if they're 10 years coaching with him,
Looks like they are gonna go for 2, Ken.
Yep.
Quickly the lines change for Wasatch.
Yeah, this will be a completely Brent, you called it. You can score on this drive, which they've done that, and convert this. You're setting pretty good being on the road.
Sorry, we didn't see the replay that the team did a really good job there of showing.
Oh, sorry. You guys did a great job. Wouldn't be the first time I talked over something.
So Salem Hills will go for 2 to try to make up for the blocked kick in the first quarter. Nelson's got a man, and it is incomplete.
Nice
no
job,
flag. And I think the pass was just ahead of him a little bit.
Yeah, he came out pretty hot, and he didn't have his head around on that. But that was a nice play, and it was a broken play, right, Brent? I mean, he started to run. I was questioning if he hadn't gone over the line of scrimmage to throw
on that touchdown. Right.
With the refs, there was no question about it.
And Wasatch didn't complain, you figure they're keen eyes on that.
We missed the replay. The girl did a great job.
Well, so here's the story. Salem Hills, even though they don't get the 2-point conversion, still get the big score at the end of the first half, which is huge.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, Ken, is we're going to challenge you here for the next. Here's the replay, showing some replays of earlier in the game. While they're doing this is the touchdown.
Boy, that was a great play.
The deflected play to stop the touchdown.
That's a game changer too, right? Because we go up another score right there.
While they're showing these replays, Ken, we need to think of, and that's the interception for Salem Hills that completely changed this first half.
And I don't want to put that one on Mac either. I think number one's got to keep running. You got someone sitting there waiting for you, but that ball is free. Yeah, that's what we
saw the replay.
We're getting questions from the other side of the booth asking the same thing, and I didn't pay attention. I haven't seen the replay, but he had to have been close.
There's the kickoff, and it looks like it will be returnable. Once again, Higher.
This kid
Once
can
again,
fly.
Waters have opened again. Wow. Unbelievable. Higher has one person to pass, and he is brought down.
37 seconds left. In
Great
this
tackle.
Offense.
Caden Bowers of the Skyhawks with the touchdown-saving tackle. Higher has got to be the special teams player of the night so far.
This kid's a sophomore. He's a player.
So there is a penalty, however. Penalty back near where the so unsportsmanlike conduct against Wasatch. Unbelievable. There's
for
not
what? So is that a block? So what that could have been is one of the blocks where you're defenseless and the ball's gone past you.
Maybe.
And so you're hitting somebody.
I see what you're saying.
We used to call it the old ear, hit somebody in the ear hole.
Here's the replay. See if we can see anything. Now the ball's still going to be.
Boy, he hit that hole so fast. So I'm trying to see.
Great speed right there. So I'm not sure if it was something right there.
I saw something there, but I don't know that constituted. I don't know that constituted. So he knocks him down.
Yeah, I don't know.
How is that?
We're looking at the top of the screen.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. I'm wondering if it's this play down here.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Looks like we're live here.
In either case, 37 seconds left here in the first half. Wasatch still with an opportunity. The penalty brings it to the near midfield. There's Crew Erickson. He's going to come down, stop the clock, go out of bounds.
6-yard gain.
That'll make it about 2nd and 4-ish.
You can make second down manageable, and 4 yards is definitely manageable. That's what you want to accomplish in your offense here.
Mac Wilson. Mac back. Oh, he's got no one down and almost
Number
intercepted.
9, the star of the secondary so far. He could have picked that off and walked into the locker room at halftime. But we'll get a play again.
So it'll be 3rd down at about 4. I don't think we're in range for the field goal. Crew Erickson again is going to get the first down.
I don't know. I've seen Ashton. Ashton's got a leg.
Yeah, and from what I meant is if they could get this first down,
you got it. Yeah, you're right.
Definitely in the range, what I would think.
Absolutely.
22 seconds. Pass complete again to Erickson. This play is working. Erickson makes a juke, gets a couple more yards, and goes out of bounds.
I wonder if Ashton wants it in the middle of the field, though. At some point, set him up, too.
15 seconds. Sorry, yeah. You're right. That is 15 seconds. It'll be 2nd and 6. And like you say, this has either got to be a pass for big yards or a run to the middle of the field, right? And call a timeout. And it looks like Kelson's going to go for the big number.
That's a good ball.
And not going to be a flag.
We had a hand on him there. Mac, that was a nice ball.
Intended receiver
Hunter
for Wasatch was Hunter Roylance.
Boy, he can fly, too.
That's 10 seconds.
He had a step on him.
10 seconds left. Wasatch going to run it here, 3rd and 6. They're going to try to get him off sides.
There we go.
And call a new play.
I was wondering if he was going to get that trips formation into the wide side of the field.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout by Wasatch.
So the hash marks are wide in high school, and so the short side of the field is called the boundary. The wide side of the field is the field side. So you kind of play off of, and we've been successful going on throwing that little hitch pass to the receiver in the trip side and on the short side of the field. But I think with the limited amount of time, you want to get him in the wide side of the field and maybe run something. I still like Chris Cook on maybe another outside zone, see if he can pop one, and if not, you got it in the middle. You got it close to the middle of the field for Ashton.
So we're learning so much with you. Well, how you just described everything. So once again, here's the setup. 10 seconds left. Wasatch calls their timeout here. Enough time for 2 plays, barely.
These guys.
Depending on what they run. So here we go. 3rd down and 6.
It's like they're going to bring 4.
Kelson back, and there's, it looked like they almost got the offside.
Yeah, they almost did. So 4-man rush, and they're going to drop the rest.
Close. Chris Cook standing next to Kelson. Kelson's going to keep it. Here comes the blind side.
Nice ball.
Oh, he's got a man open, and it is complete.
And he's on
his feet. And touchdown.
Nice job. Mac, great ball.
Who is that? The reception, I can't see the number, 12.
Number 12.
So that is
name.
Chase Ritchie.
Wow, nice job, Chase.
A big score.
Outstanding.
A huge effort by Ritchie after the catch.
And he hung in there. I think he knew he was going to get hit, but as soon as that ball left Mac's hand, that was a completion. Great ball by Mac.
Well, and he was so wide open, but it looked like it took almost a little too much time.
You know what? And Mac is so patient for a sophomore. You'd think that
we're going to get a illegal procedure there, I'm betting.
Which doesn't really affect Ashton. This kid's got a leg. A young quarterback will tend to overthrow the ball or underthrow the ball. Boy, he could not have put that anywhere else. Because you put more air on that, you throw it right to the safety. And you throw it under, and he's not able to come back. But he put it on him. How far did that ball fly?
Yeah. I was looking at the replay, and I don't know if we have the replay coming again, but it looked like it was a good 35-yard at least.
So Mac's dad was a pitcher in college, and that arm has definitely. And I know Mac's sisters were outstanding softball players, so they could all throw the ball. So
right.
There is that arm runs in the family.
So the kick is good. Wasatch will take into the halftime a 35-19 lead, and. So what do you think, Ken? Is that devastating for Skyhawks? Or, or are they feeling pretty good about themselves at the moment?
I don't know that it's devastating, but man, you let Matt Kelson start getting on fire like that, and I like that drive for him. So they threw the ball, I think, every play, and Mac's been patient with it, and of course, Roberts says this is a good call. You want to make him successful, and Mac has made throws when he's had to. The hitch pass, that's always going to be there. That's a pretty safe throw for him. But, man, those balls down the field, he's been on the money. They've either made a great play on the ball or your receiver stopped running. But he put it on the money. You could not have put that any better.
Well, yeah, because you didn't want to lead him.
No,
because there was somebody behind him.
they were
Okay.
deep. They were waiting for it. He just that kid just turned around and set where they weren't. Set in the soft spot. We got a cover on this one.
So here's the kickoff, and it is kind of squib kicked. It is picked up again. That looks like this time number 81, I believe. No, there isn't an 81 for the Skyhawks. So
I'll try to help you on this one. These old I didn't. Yeah, I think you are right. That is 81.
Can't tell.
Do they have an 81?
Oh, it's 10. Number 10, Dagan Gamble.
Way off, Brett. We were way off. I better get the glasses out. I'll be getting.
So 35-19. We'll take maybe a minute here and talk about the first half. I wrote down a few of the great plays. We're looking at, as you mentioned, talking about the interception by Trevin Rothwell and the higher touchdown kickoff return as being big plays. Now, you had other ones as well. Chris Cook was absolute workhorse.
Yeah.
And then Crew Erickson.
I like when they're balanced. I like when they're well balanced and run in the pass. And I understand at the end of the game, you're trying to get big chunks. You're going to throw the ball. But we looked really good when we're well balanced. But Mac is spinning the ball really nice tonight. Very composed for a sophomore.
Amazing.
And defensively, we're looking pretty good. We've kind of a couple broken plays have hurt us, but other than that.
Yeah, some big defensive stands. I'd say there was a couple, there against the Skyhawks. Skyhawks only punted one time, to their credit, for sure. So, and then right there, that score at the end, absolutely huge to go into the first half.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead. Any final thoughts on the first half? Ken?
You know what? Both teams seem to move the ball well when they stick to their game plan, when they get out of their game plan.
And here we got an interview. We'll send it down to Diego.
About first half so far?
I think we're looking pretty good. We have stuff to work on, but I think as a whole we're playing pretty tough, and this is looking decent. So we do better.
So, what advice would you have for any players in the field right now?
I think just play smarter and more aggressive, and we can come out and beat this team.
It's kind of tight. Well, not really anymore, but before the touchdown previously that we had, it was kind of tight. So, what do you?
All right. Well, we appreciate that interview and love hearing from the coaches on the sideline. Right now, we're going to go ahead and go into our halftime. Right now, they're introducing the homecoming royalty.
Yeah, the homecoming court.
And because it's fabulous homecoming week here at Wasatch High School. So we want to thank you again for joining us here on Sting TV. We're going to sign off for just a few minutes, and we'll let you hear and watch the cheerleaders and drill team. But thanks again for joining us here on Sting TV. Wasatch up 35-19 at the half.
Let's hear it for the last step in the routine. They are huge. And now, we have for your entertainment more talent coming. We have the Wasatch Cheerleaders. The head coaches are Tasha Wild and Christina Clark. They are assisted by Jillian Hanson, Andrew Moss, and Carrie Oldham. Let's hear it for your cheerleaders. That is their fight song competition routine. But wait, there's more. Let's welcome to the field now our Wasatch High School Dance Company. The officers are Grant Etheridge, Katie Lynn, Patty Edwards, Sage Kemp, Brittany Watkins, and Drew Russell. They are coached by Lauren Bloomfield and Patricia Bishop. They are performing their hip-hop routine called Hey Yeah.
See if we got any other scores in the region. Oh, this dance company.
Let me take a selfie. Selfie. Let me take a selfie.
Wow. Provo just pounded him out. Sprinkle Spanish pork out there now. So are you going to do another sideline interview live? You can kind of think, of one that you might do. It's hard to get the coaches through.
Entertainment.
I don't need one until later. I just need to
Homecoming
take
2022. Look at that Griswold play.
He's got to do. Maybe another coach like that. You have a guy
Now brings back down to the field of visiting Salem Hills.
Maybe you can check it out. Either a player, you can ask a coach, is it okay if we talk to a player? It's up to you. Whatever you want. Just can't get a battery. Is this charging?
So I'm putting my water in there right now.
I'm gonna ask Hey, do you want this?
This is a request.
Okay. And we'd like to welcome everyone back here to Wasatch High School. This is Sting TV's coverage of Wasatch High School football. It's homecoming, and the Wasatch Wasps with a big halftime lead, 35-19 over the Salem Hills Skyhawks. And we're here with the big crew from Sting TV tonight. Everybody doing a great job. And Ken Purdy in for Corey Lang. Ken, let's talk a little bit about both teams' first half. Let's start with the Skyhawks.
Explosive for both of them, even though the points don't really indicate it for Salem Hills, but you got some names written down there for Salem Hills. Obviously, the quarterback, Jackson Nilsson, is formidable, stands in the pocket, throws it well, and then the workhorse, Jed Hughes.
Absolutely.
Can't say enough about that kid.
Absolutely brutal on both rushes and receptions.
Yeah.
While you're talking about that, and I'm going to have you keep going, I don't think we've seen the best of Jackson Nelson yet.
No, I don't think so.
I think he's going to have a big second half, and Wasatch is going to have their hands full.
Well, it's like adjustments we talked about. How are you going to adjust at halftime? And I know the defense got an earful when I was down there at halftime. So let's see how they respond, and let's see how Salem responds.
First possession of the second half will go to the Skyhawks on their own 20-yard line, and there's Hughes again with another 7 or 8 yard gain. So picking up right where he left off. A couple of breaks is really the only difference in this game, wouldn't you say?
You know, and it was a broken play, that the touchdown that Nielsen had at the end of the half, really. But I thought we did pretty well defensively. Brought a little pressure off the edge to pressure this kid.
2nd and 4. Nelson back. He's going to hand it to Hughes. Once again, there was a little bit of a hole. He's going to gain at least a yard, maybe 2.
It's going to be a short third, which is where you want to be. Again, safeties and backers are coming up and filling those holes. Garrett Christensen's doing his job there.
Christensen, we've mentioned several times tonight, haven't we?
Yep, he fills it up and makes it and bounces it outside. That's his job.
So it will be, as you mentioned, Ken, 3rd and 1 for the Skyhawks. A big 3rd down play already here in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the blitz, and he's met. Unbelievable.
Great call.
Huge celebrations there by the defense. Caden Luke.
Hard-hitting safety coming up.
Wow, well called, as you mentioned.
Yep.
Big defensive stop on 3rd and short. Hope we can see the replay on that. Would be so nice.
We talked about adjustments. You know they're going to go to that guy.
Oh yes, absolutely.
For a short down. It's like looks like we're rolling.
That's all right. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Wasatch. There's Chris Cook. He's going to cut inside and get a few yards.
Looks like we got a flag too on the far side, Brent.
What's that going to be, Ken?
I'm going to say a movement, maybe some movement.
Okay.
Illegal motion.
And what does that mean? So for the listeners like us,
so illegal shift means probably 2 guys were probably moving at the same time. You can move one guy.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say, horizontally across, but you can't have 2 guys moving at the same time. So one guy can move, stop, and then the next guy. You get 2 guys going at the same time, it's a legal shift.
So it will repeat 1st down. It'll be 1st and 15 for Matt Kelson and the Wasps. Kelson back in the shotgun. Chris Cook right next to him to his left. 3 receivers to the wide right. Kelson's looking right. He had someone that just wasn't looking for the pass right at the moment.
A little bit behind him too, but receiver didn't get his head around.
So looking at the intended receiver, I can't see if that's higher.
Was that to Dagley?
Can't tell. Anyway, 2nd down and 15. Here's some pressure. Pass is complete to Chris Cook. He's got a couple of jukes. He's down just past the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain.
Less than half back.
Looked like a gain of about 9 to 10 yards.
It's a nice play. It's a nice screen, and Chris run hard on that one.
Here's a big 3rd down for Wasatch. Pass is going to be complete. That looks like higher. Nope. I can't tell the number. Still on his feet. That's going to be a first down.
Is that Artavian Edwards?
Just can't see
Is
the
that
number.
higher?
It
I think it's
looks
higher.
like higher. Yeah, Joseph Higher.
He's quick. He moved like him.
First and 10 for Wasatch.
Looks like we got
A
Cruz
big
to the
first
left.
down for Wasatch. Hangs in there tough. Oh, the
Yeah.
pass looked like there's going to be a flag, and I'm not sure what that
Wow.
would be.
If it is pass interference, little ticky-tack. I mean, they were letting that kind of go in the front. I feel like.
Oh, pass interference against the Skyhawks.
Hmm.
Wow.
I think Crew knows he should have had that one. That was a great ball by Mac.
I was going to say, Max stood in
Man,
that pocket.
He
so
put it on
well.
the money.
Both quarterbacks, amazingly tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, more than I know. First off, Mac has been incredible as a sophomore this year, but it just seems like every game he's learning more and more.
Sure.
Here's Chris Cook on the right side.
Nice run.
Cook's going to run rumble tumble all the way down to the Skyhawk 3-yard line.
They say 4 or 5 games into the season, you're no longer a rookie. You know what I mean? He's handled the pressure well.
First and goal. Once again, Cook. He's
Great
going to
play.
go across the goal line. Touchdown, Wasatch.
We look good when we run the ball like that. When you have good receivers out there and Mac is delivering the ball like he is, that secondary's got to play back, and you put the pressure on that front 6 or 7.
There's the replay. Chris Cook,
Nice ball.
beautiful front line blocking there, which we just got to give him credit for that,
Yep,
right?
Yep. And all night long they've been doing well.
So we're going to go back. Here's the extra point once again by Southam. But talking about that, what do you call the play? It was the defensive stop on 4th down
Yep.
over here that Wasatch. And I can't remember who it was that tackled Hughes behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Caden Luke.
All right, okay.
So it was a blitz call. So they brought the safety from deep. They pretty much knew it was a 3rd and short. They knew it was going to be handoff to Hughes, and you kind of gamble that it's not going to go outside. And it was a little bit slow. What they call it, that RPO action.
Okay.
Where he's gonna act like he hands it off, and he may pull it, but he handed it off to Hughes, and Caden Luke blew it up in the backfield.
Love that video of the ROTC. They are going to be buff.
Yep.
They do a push-up for every point
That's awesome.
each time. So that means this time it's 42. The next one, if Wasatch scores again, it'll be 49 or whatever, and they keep going. Well, so you explained that perfectly, and I got to say that's the play of the series.
Yep.
To give Wasatch such amazing field position.
And nice call. Defensive, the defensive side of the ball. That's a nice call. They sniffed that out.
We're going to call that the defensive play of the game so far for Wasatch. So
It couldn't have been better. I mean, when you draw it up, you don't even know if it's going to be that well.
Well, because the alternative was Salem Hills was going to get a first down.
Sure.
They would still have the ball.
Yep.
And so a huge turnaround, 42-19 is the big, once again, turnaround. The last minute of the first half and the first minute of the second half
Outstanding.
has made a huge statement.
So we got Wildcat again. You got Hughes setting in the shotgun.
Yeah, this is Nelson not on the field at the moment. So Hughes is going to get it. It looked like he was supposed to hand off to somebody. He's going to pass it.
Wow.
And that was not a bad pass at all. Jed Hughes, again, you're talking about Salem Hills. Okay, we got to show something different, right?
Is Nelson not coming back out? Looks like
I'm not seeing Nelson. Here he comes. Looks like, is that him?
No.
That's not him either.
He's still on the sidelines. Oh, there he goes. I think he's coming back in.
Is that him, right? Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay.
Really not sure why you would call Wildcat on your first down, deep in your territory. Short yardage, like you said, maybe just a different look, but.
Well, and it almost looked, I don't know if he was supposed to hand it off or anyway.
They probably had the option. If it wasn't there to run, you could throw it.
Either way, Salem Hills, 2nd and 10. Nelson, lots of time. He has a man open. That'll be a first down and more. That is receiver Alex Cloward again.
So we're setting back in a zone, and he gets a little pressure again. And I think you said it earlier, Brent. We haven't seen the best of him yet.
And
when he stands in the pocket, he's really nice. But we're setting back in his zone, and I always just tell our guys, you can't cover air. You got to find somebody. You got to find somebody to match up with. And I think we were just kind of setting in the zone, and that young man just found the soft spot and sat down. And
well, a big play. I mean, that's a near 30-yard gain, and Salem Hills on a roll here. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. No, that's going to be called an incomplete.
That could be. Is that going to be a fumble?
So we're waiting to see if first it was ruled a completion, which I believe it was not. It looks like they're not moving the marker. No, they are moving the marker.
So they gave him a completion and a recovery on the same play.
Okay.
Must have been.
Scary.
You know, we're rushing 3, which, you know, we've called some good blitzes, but I think you put a little pressure on 12. He is dangerous when he sets in the pocket, as we've seen.
So here we go. 2nd and about 8 for Salem Hills. Salem Hills desperately needing a big play. Almost got it right there. The intended receiver, Trayson Zobel.
Nice cover. Number 4 for us on the side. Is that Ben Sluga? He was there. Tight coverage. And ball overthrown.
Sluga has had a quiet, good game for Wasatch.
Both are, you know, and it looks like they rotate the corners out quite a bit. And all of them stepped up. Safeties as well.
So that incompletion leads to a 3rd and 8 for Salem.
And I don't know that these guys have been as sharp either, Brent, in their routes. It seems like their routes are getting a little sluggish. And
lots of time once again for Jackson. He's going to get pursued. He's going to run. It looks like he is going to what I believe looks like a first down.
Yeah, very close.
And there's your 6'6" athlete.
He may be right inside of that.
Looks like they're not going to.
No.
Looks like they're going to. Oh, yeah, he's going to be 3 yards short. So it's going to be 4th and 3.
Looks like they're going to go. Brent.
They're going to go for it. I guess you're at midfield.
And you got Hughes.
And Hughes, yep.
So I wonder if we come back with that safety blitz again.
Although, you know what? I don't see Hughes.
No, we're going to go empty.
Oh, no, there he is right there. He's up here on the right.
We're in a quads or a diamond formation.
Passes up, and it looks like forward.
I don't think he – they're
giving him a very
good spot.
gracious spot.
Yeah, very good spot.
Although, that's going to be short.
Boy. They're gonna bring the chance. No, he's moving.
First down.
They're calling it.
Okay.
Man. Well
Big
covered.
First down. Yep.
Well covered. I thought the ball came out a little bit late.
Boy, though, you give Nelson that much time.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, we are going to.
So here we go. 1st and 10 into Wasatch territory on the 48-yard line.
And again, we talk about important drives. This is an important drive for Salem Hills.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
They need to put something on the board to keep the momentum going.
There's a toss to Hughes. Hughes gets it's met quickly there. I want to say that was Rothwell that stuck him.
50, number 50
for
50.
Us. All right.
Jet Cherry. Man, that was a nice lick. He looks like he's the right defensive end. I don't know how he got that deep. At any rate, that was a nice stick. But again, they're going back to that I formation, heavy backfield.
And just that little pitch.
Yep. And they're mixing it up a little bit, Brent.
Yes, exactly. I really like that.
Yeah.
It's like Salem Hills has to do something
Yep.
to get this rolling. Nelson's going to keep it. He's got a man open.
Boy.
He's met quickly and brought down.
I don't know that I'd get out of this formation the rest of the game because he is deadly in the play action game.
Reception by number 23, Trey Mitchell, was tackled by number 23, Tavian Edwards.
Yeah. I think that's the first time we've called Mitchell's name tonight. But I like that. Eye back look, and then he runs the play actions really well out of that. Not sure I like my quarterback running all the way to the sideline.
I was
to get the
just
play.
thinking that. He has run a mile tonight.
Yep. Especially when he ran out of the pocket and delivered that. I don't know what their staff is. I know know this head coach has been here the last couple of years, but maybe he's. Now we're back in the spread.
So 1st and 10 from the Wasatch 38. Nelson with lots of time off of his intended receiver, which I can't tell if that's number 11, number 10. And once again, that's Dagan Gamble.
Yeah. We brought pressure on that one. It looked like we rushed five or six, and again, Caden Luke up the middle. It didn't affect Nielsen. He delivered the ball. You just got to catch it.
Yeah, that looked like it went right off his chest almost.
Nothing make you more frustrated than deliver a great ball and just bounce off a dude.
What we were talking about earlier is Nelson always runs over to the sideline in between plays, gets the play, and runs back.
Yeah.
That's 40 yards.
That's a lot of work.
Time. And it looks like the pass is
not a great ball,
not complete. And there goes Nelson back again.
So now they've got
over to the sideline.
They've got Hughes in the slot, Brent. If you'll notice, he's on the near side here to us. They've got him in the slot so that maybe they see something, trying to get him loose or get him a matchup with a linebacker that he can outrun. He's an athlete. You got to know where he's at on the field at all times.
3rd and 10.
Here he comes again.
Wow. I mean, you're talking about 100.
He's going to get his cardio in.
Times. So here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Skyhawks, desperately needing a first down. Nelson back, lots of time. He's going to get some pressure from his right. He's got to get rid of the ball. He does, and it is
great
incomplete.
I don't know. Come on.
That was not a catchable ball.
No, and I don't know that.
We don't know yet, but the possibility of a pass interference.
Boy, they've been throwing that a lot
is
tonight.
imminent.
And I've been impressed watching high school football this year where they've kept the flag in their pocket.
Wow. Pass interference, that is.
And I have seen more pass interference tonight than I care to.
I don't know if we have the replay on that one, but that's going to be an automatic first down.
Who's covered on? Is that Luke on that?
Here's the replay.
It's like Caden was over there.
Nelson fades to his left. Unless he's not right there, I guess. Right there, that was a potential.
You know what? I think it was off the ball. I think it was not. It wasn't. Yeah. It was on the receiver that it wasn't intended for, and I think the DB got his hands on him when he went by him, and they turned around and stood in front of him.
So 1st and 10 for Skyhawks. The pass is incomplete to Hughes, was the intended receiver.
See, they're trying to get him into space. And Mr. Nilsson, you can throw it as hard as you want, but you wanted the completion out of that. I'd take a little bit off that for your man.
So 2nd and 10 from the Wasatch, what looks like the 23-yard line. And Ken, you mentioned it before, huge need of score here for Salem Hills. Down 42-19.
They put you to sleep. They stay on the field though, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Just when you think they're
pass is complete. That's to Hughes again. Hughes is going to get his requisite 5 or 6 yards.
It's exactly what they want to do. They want to isolate him, and he's wearing down. Brent, he's not as fresh as he was.
Hughes, you talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
he's running hard, but he look at the hands on the hips and
there, it's not like there's plenty of time.
Sure.
But boy, they've got to score and they've got to do it quickly. So here we go, 3rd and 5, another 3rd down. This is the 4th 3rd down play of this drive. The handoff does not happen. Nelson's got somebody open in the end zone, and nearly a fantastic catch.
That was a good ball, good coverage.
Yeah, the coverage looked really good.
I think that was a safety, Davis.
I'm going to say
couldn't do it better. In the end zone, you got to get in between the man and the ball. You can't play over the top.
Intended receiver was Trayson Zobel, and it looks like The 4th and 5 on the Wasatch 22-yard line. Salem Hills is going to go for it.
Big down.
The gamble here, I got to say, I think go ahead. I don't think a field goal.
Right. No, I don't either.
Nelson's back. He's got space. He's going to scramble and gets the first
Big man
down.
doesn't go down.
Boy, and you can just count on that, it seems like, every time with Nelson. I mean, how many times has he done that tonight? Third down scramble.
Like you said, moves well for 6'6". Let's hope the basketball coach is watching this and got this kid. He's an athlete.
So a big first down by the big athlete, Nelson.
There he is again, getting it snail mail. He's having to walk over and draw it up in the sand for him.
Well, you know, and you think about, they do have a lot of time possession, but it does give them a breather.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
At least everybody but Nelson.
We're saying the contrast is one play every 2.3 seconds on our side.
All right, so here we go. 1st and goal from the Wasatch 8. Looks like maybe the 7-yard line.
Brent, just when you think these guys are down and out, they have kept this drive alive. How many 3rd and 4th downs have they converted?
Yep.
Guys.
And here you call it the I formation.
Back in the I formation
that you really liked. I think it really helped them early on. Nelson's back to pass.
Nice ball.
And
did he catch it?
If that pass is a completion, they're calling that a touchdown.
And our guys are waving it off. I wonder if they've seen it hit the ground, because it had the potential to bounce off it. But you know what's nice when they go into that I formation, the play action has then been there for him all night long. We reload the box, and Jackson Nilsson fakes the handoff and delivers.
Yes.
Kicking team out. Extra point is up and good.
He's no Ashton Southam, but he got it through.
Absolutely. So I believe that's Caden Bowers, the kicker. In either case, that's a big need score that
like
time
said,
by
Brent,
Salem Hills.
Like you said, they have delivered.
Here's a replay on the touchdown. There is the catch.
Boy, it gets hard to tell from here, but our guys were signaling, looked like it dropped, but there was no hesitation from the officials.
You love those plays that go across the middle of the field.
Yeah. Well, that quick slant is so hard to defend on the goal line because it's a quick hitter, and you hope that, and the linebacker's got to suck up for the quick run, because they're in that 2-back formation, and so you get those guys out of play, and if they can get inside that receiver. I used to always teach our guys on the end zone is you plant your heels right there. Don't let them in. Don't let them in the end zone.
So 26-42, and the kickoff, it looks like will be returnable once again to higher cuts in the middle, and and there's a late hit by Salem Hills. We saw that, didn't we?
Boy, that was number 6 on number 6 again, and what a stupid play, Brent.
Yeah, after such a great stop.
Oh my gosh! And you're the sophomore that has been very productive on his returns. You come down and you cover the ball well, and you do something stupid like that.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That drives the coach crazy.
After the big score, but I guess there's something about it. Is there ever a time that you want players to get rowdy, or is there a benefit to that sometimes?
You want that, but you want that to contain within the rules, right? Because that stuff like that just hurts you. And I can see yourself, sometimes there are second teamers that are on that kickoff team and they get a little bit amped up, but
right.
But these guys that are on the field, these 11 that's been on the field all night long, that doesn't make them happy.
Well, instead of Wasatch starting on their own 21-yard line, they're going to start on their own 39-yard line.
Nice ball.
Here's a home run ball. Incomplete, but two flags thrown.
Yeah, he had a hand. Again, Brent, I'm just really shocked how many flags have been.
Too many of these, you're saying?
Yeah,
too many. Like you're saying, you didn't think that was really.
I'm a DB coach, and some of that hand fighting is part of the game. And I've noticed that you've been getting away with it in college and pro, and even at the high school level. But
Boy,
man, they're
Salem Hills coaches are so upset.
yeah.
I got to say, that just seemed, here's the replay on that. Kelson, and I can't see the intended receiver.
That's you know what? So that he's on the low hip of the guy right where he needs to be, and he's just feeling where he's at. So he's not impeding arms or face guarding, but there's no face guarding in high school. But
first and 10 from the 38-yard line. There's the same play this time.
And the defender did the same thing. So we're going to get a hold on us, most likely.
Well, it looked like it was after the play, and it almost looked like they were looking at a... So what we're trying to decide right now is there is a flag, but it's not by the receiver. There's another flag. That's going to be something on the bench.
Yeah, he's still mad. He's still mad about the pass interference.
What I'm trying to rewound back to the first pass interference, it's like we didn't get any. Wasatch didn't get any yardage.
I noticed that.
It's like it went from the same place.
So they didn't. So what they probably didn't do is reset the sticks. Yeah, I didn't notice that, Brent. You're right.
I mean, I would have thought what would that be? It's not like in college or NFL. It would be down by where the play is.
Is it a 15-yard now?
I don't know. There was definitely not a mark.
Well, you can tell him
of yards.
You can tell him a defensive coach. I don't care what it is, because you never think your guy. But that's exactly what I taught my guys to do. Is that offhand is you're touching down at the hip. As long as you stay down low, kind of like you're guarding a man in basketball. But you get up in the face, you're going to get called or a hold.
Illegal man downfield against Wasatch.
Okay.
Then there was a sideline violation. And it looks like they're still going to mark off against Wasatch.
Wow. How do you? It was an obvious pass. How do you get a legal man downfield? I mean, why would one of the linemen release and get down there? That doesn't make sense.
I was going to ask you what that would typically be.
Yeah. So usually when you get a play where you're going to throw a screen and you want those linemen to hold, they tend to get down the field a little bit as the play progresses. But I don't know why they would have moved beyond 3 yards.
Wow, so confusing. So 2 penalties didn't offside each other. It just gave Wasatch a 5-yard penalty combined with the 2.
So
it'll be 1st and 15. There's the kickoff pass to Cook. Cook's going to meet a few Salem Hills defenders.
Get 5 or 6 back.
Get it nearer to the original line of scrimmage.
So case in point, that's when you usually see an illegal lineman downfield is on a screenplay. They tend to get out there a little bit. So.
2nd and 9. There's Cook is going to get the ball again. He's met with a couple Salem Hills linemen, and
Chris,
tackle.
Love when you hit that hole a little bit harder.
We're going to give the tackle that time to Garrett Holt and someone else. Quickly, it's 3rd and 6. This is actually a big play for Wasatch. The pass is complete.
Good job.
Across the middle of the field.
Carter Bucad
Nice with route. Another big play. I don't see any flags
Caught
this time.
the ball in his hands, away from the body. That was a great play, great ball.
And you mentioned earlier, they haven't done too many across the middles. Wasatch hasn't.
We have not taken advantage of that.
Enormous first down. Devastating for Salem Hills. They are working hard. But Wasatch is going to now, from the Salem Hills 30-yard line. Now that almost looked more like a...
He stuck that one in there.
Here's the replay on that. That's the previous
Yes,
completion.
That's a great ball. And you have to put it a little bit low. You put it high, and there's a chance the kid's going to tip it. And
okay.
You have to put it right there in his pocket.
So I believe it'll be 2nd down now. Pass is complete to Bucad, but met quickly.
That's tough to hold that block.
That's Dagan Gamble again. And that's going to be a loss of yardage.
Sniff that out.
Boy, you said it. Salem just will not go away.
No.
I would say their defense is the most rested part of the team at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
3rd down. That pass is a little behind intended receiver Crew Erickson. And
know.
not too many passes off target tonight.
No, I don't know if he didn't seem like he had the handle on that one. Mac didn't look like he had his feet set.
Matt Kelson and crew will be going 4th and 14. They're going to try to draw defensive line off sides. Doesn't work. So here we go. They're at work that time. Unbelievable.
Like you said it before, they are good at that.
I mean, the linemen there are thinking, no,
Yeah.
they're not going to do it a second time.
Right.
Explain to us what to the listeners what that is.
So you get up and it's your cadence, and it looks like we slap. He probably gives a cadence call and he slaps for the ball.
Like he's supposed to hike the ball.
And the down linemen need to watch the ball. And
They did it again right there.
If that ball moves, then you move. And what they're doing is they're going off the sound.
The offsides gives them 5 yards, so it's still 4th and 8. Matt Kelson's running to his right. He's got a man open. First down.
You can't draw that up better. That's a nice. So the zone. So the line just zones to the right. Mac does a little roll to the right.
How can Crew Erickson be that open?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So 1st and 10. Kelson's got it. Man, it's overthrown and it is intercepted on the 1 yard line. I am not sure who the intended receiver was. That's going to be an interception, I believe, the second of the night for Dagan Gamp. No, Aiden Haskell, I believe, had the first one. Here's a replay. And I think
off his back foot. So you always hear quarterback, don't throw it off your back foot.
And I can't tell who the intended receiver was.
Was that Hunter Roylance?
It was either long for Roylance or short for who the other one was.
Yeah,
so
Mac threw it off his back foot.
Boy, and we mentioned earlier, something that could turn this game around is turnovers.
Yep.
And we mentioned how Salem Hills is not going away. So Salem Hills gets a breath of fresh air and a deep, deep breath of oxygen from the 1 yard line. And it looks like already a penalty, some type of illegal procedure, I'm guessing.
I criticized them last time when they came out in the Wildcat formation on first down. This one would be where I'd run the Wildcat.
Okay.
Get it out of the end zone. Give yourself a little bit of room to work.
How does that work? Couldn't they just reject that penalty and it'd be second down?
They sure could.
But they didn't. It just went just a small yardage. There's a great tackle that time.
Was that Josh Davis?
I can't tell if that's number 11.
I think it is.
Josh Davis?
Yep, nice play.
I mean, if he doesn't make that tackle,
he runs
that could be dangerous. I mean, there was not many defenders ahead of him. It's like everybody was in the middle of the field.
Mac has not made many bad decisions tonight, but that was one of them.
And that's his first interception. So he's 2 interceptions tonight for Matt Kelson. And
back to the I formation.
Here's Nelson in the end zone. He might get.
Wow. Good job, D.
So there is another penalty flag.
I'm going to assume it's going to be a hold.
The first half, there were not very many penalties, but wow.
Yeah, they have.
Already here in the third quarter.
Yes.
Still 3 minutes left. That's easily the 12th flag that I feel like, because I stopped at 10, counting at 10 a few minutes ago.
We should be in the bonus if it's basketball, right?
So we haven't seen. So that is a hold, as you mentioned, Ken. So I'm not sure how they mark that off. So
half the distance to the goal, probably.
So after where he was tackled, which was around the 3 yard line, it looks like they're, unless they've already marked it off, maybe they have already marched it off. So no matter what, it is 3rd and about, I'd say 8.
It almost seems like they didn't march any off. Shouldn't it be back farther than that? I would think it'd be half the distance to the goal.
Unless the last play he went farther on the on the carry.
I didn't think he did, though.
Wow, it's hard to referee from up here, isn't it?
Especially with these old eyes.
Third and 8. Salem Hills desperately needing another 3rd down conversion. Pass is complete. And looks like it will not. And there's no way Salem Hills goes for this.
No.
So it'll be 4th and 4 So the punting team comes out for the Skyhawks. Only the second time tonight.
Right. Carter Bacot's going to be deep. They're going to grab a timeout.
And that's a big stop, right?
Yeah, huge,
for Wasatch?
Huge. Great defensive, great. And, you know, and a little disappointed in Jackson Nilsson. He stood in there and delivered the ball really well tonight. And that one, it looked like he just was over the top and just dumped it down to get rid of it. I want to say Salem Hills, their playbook has shrunk as the games went on.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
I'm not seeing.
You like the I formation.
Yeah, you know,
So-
the I formation's a good change-up for them. It brings more of our defense into the box, and Jackson Nilsson fakes that handoff and rolls out, and he's been dynamite on the play action game.
Well, in either case, and I'm not sure what they're doing here. What's happening here?
It's not change a quarter.
Well, no, there's.
Oh, it is. So,
Well,
are we off a little bit?
our clock showing 3 minutes left is incorrect. So that was the end of the third quarter. Boy, something's screwy. So fourth quarter will be Salem Hills punting. The punt is out of the end zone. Short kick, but it is a Salem Hills bounce.
Still great field position.
And Wasatch will still get, as you mentioned, field position on the Salem Hills side of the field. So Salem Hills 40, looks like about the 43-yard line. And 1 quarter left. We'll figure out the technical difficulties of our game clock on the screen.
Are furiously trying to fix that. They've done an outstanding job tonight.
We're going to go ahead and give you the time, but that was the first play of the fourth quarter. So I actually did look at that one time and think, oh, here's a.
Yeah, it wasn't moving.
That is actually not Chris Cook who did that run.
Nice run.
And what was it, a few weeks ago, Max Madsen came in, but that was good.
Chris.
That
Yep.
was Chris, okay.
Was Chris.
Gain of 7 or 8. It'll be second down. There goes Cook.
There he
He's on the
goes.
left sideline. There's only a couple of players in front of him. He's going still on his feet, and he's brought down.
They're going to spot him at the 1. Great run.
Absolutely fantastic run after the entire crowd thought he was going to be down at the 15-yard line. So quickly, Cook gets the ball again and easily crosses the goal line. Touchdown.
That
Wasatch.
left side of the line just was blowing them up. Great job, line. And again, you get that run game going. You know, you got to give Chris credit on that too. I mean, there's a couple times it looked like he was stopped, and he's just keeping the feet churning. And good game for him.
Wow, absolutely. I mean, I'm mesmerized by that last play. I mean, you're talking about Wasatch just had the ball for 30 seconds.
Right.
And they huddle so quickly, it's like the crowd almost doesn't keep up with it.
When
Kick is up and good.
We were talking about how fresh the defense was for Salem Hills.
Right.
Boy, they looked like they were still asleep.
So a big, huge advantage after the punt for Wasatch. 49-26.
You're watching Salem Hills walk off the field. They look like a 1-3 team. You know, the heads down, and they've played admirably to this point. You know,
absolutely. And
they're just walking a little bit slower, hands on the hips.
Well, I want to say this is the most points for Wasatch this year.
49. So the actual scoreboard is 49-26, 11:15 left in the fourth quarter.
So we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Again, what was that, Brent? 3 plays?
Yeah, well, so, I mean, as far as the crowd knows, there was just 2 plays because they go so fast.
Right.
And kickoff goes into the end zone again. So, yeah, huge. I mean, what a big, difficult swallow for Salem Hills on that play. They had what looked like a little momentum,
Right.
just to get back into the game. They had a score, and then another opportunity. So with the interception,
Right. And not capitalizing on those. And Jackson Nelson's, he's slowing down too. The little fatigue. Let's see what he does this drive.
here we go. Salem Hills, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Nelson, lots of time. They're going to go big down the sideline.
That's a big
Coverage, no flag. And I'm trying to see the number of the receiver and the coverage.
Number 1 was receiver.
Number 1 is Zobel again.
Yep.
And the defender, I'm still trying to see his number.
Was that Davis?
The White Sox right there.
Oh, it was a white.
Yeah, the camera's right on him. And that is, I can't see the number still.
Can't.
23? 21? Can't tell. Well, we apologize for that. It's 23.
Yeah.
So
that's
23.
Austin.
Tavian Edwards.
Yep.
2nd and 10. Nelson again with lots of time. Pass is complete to Hughes, but met quickly and tackled. And that looks like tackled by Colton Brisk.
Nice job closing.
Another quiet night, and yet
Colton is solid.
devastating.
Colton is solid out there.
There was 3 yards gained on the play. Looks like 3.5. So it will be 3rd down at about 6.
And they have gotten away from that running game, and that's a credit to our D-line. Doing a nice job.
The 3 of them, and I know they rotate a few players in, but it's paying off tonight. The coverage is strong in the middle, and so here we go, 3rd and 6. Passes in.
Picked again. Same dude.
Off. That is Trevin Rothwell.
Almost the same play in the same spot where he just picked that off.
Interception. Once again, Rothwell.
That's called doing your job.
2 interceptions tonight.
Yep. And those are almost carbon copies. It was almost the same spot in the field too, Brent.
The one back in the the first quarter or second quarter?
Yeah, I think it was the first quarter on a big drive, and Nielsen just didn't seem.
Yeah, I was trying to see on the replay who the intended receiver was. Rothwell on the sideline holding up the wrestling belt.
Going back to Chris Cook as you should,
and touchdown. Nope.
Flag.
There is a flag on the play, so it's not. Yeah, there is a holding against Wasatch.
Wow.
So another touchdown off the charts that we have to take back. There's been a couple of those tonight. So the holding will just be a 5 yard from the original line of scrimmage. So it will be 1st down repeated, this time 1st and 15 from the Salem Hills 23-yard line.
It's like they want to bring a little pressure.
Yeah, that almost looked like they were wanting a blitz, wouldn't it? Kelson back. He's going to pass. Going to the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, my gosh, another pass interference.
Hey, you like to see that ball bounce our way. I'm not saying that, but that's questionable.
Well, once again, I got to agree with you on that.
And there's some people out there that think that it should be thrown every time it's the opposing jersey, but
right.
Got to remember those are going to come back our way too.
So
that was the back judge that threw that, and I mean that's kind of his call right there.
Oh,
but usually,
so offsetting penalties on that, an illegal man downfield, which has been called multiple times tonight.
Yeah.
And the pass interference. So,
and I'd have to go back and look at film to see how we're getting on an obvious passing situation. How are we getting a man downfield?
Yeah, that's interesting. Coburn argues it every time, and
he's looking for a little clarification because
Higginson also arguing each time.
Yeah.
Wow. Well. In either case,
I'm lost at how you can get a legal man downfield. I really am.
In either case, it'll be repeat 1st and 15 from the Salem Hills 23.
Boy, we've been here and we've been there, done this. Both sides.
10 minutes. So the clock on your screen is now working. So that is correct. There's 10 minutes left in the game. That's Chris Cook getting, once again, tumbling down to the, that'll be a first. No. Sorry. Of course, it's now 2nd and 8. Kelson's going to keep it. He gets tackled right at about on the field. He didn't get out of bounds. So he's going to gain a few yards, and that'll make it 3rd and about 4. Kelson back, 3rd and 4 for Wasatch. There's Chris Cook, gets the ball, and he going to get a couple of yards.
Running off that left side of the line again. Been following those big boys. They got the linemen going up, going, let's go. Running behind me.
That'll make it 4th and 1, a little less than 1. And I think they're going to do a field goal. No.
Wave them on, wave them off. Yeah, Ashton's coming off.
No.
Max back on.
So Wasatch's going to go for it. I totally expected this. I didn't expect the field goal. So
yeah.
4th and 1. Chris Cook is going to get the ball. Riggs gets the first down.
Nice job.
And he's going to run down to about the 3-yard line.
It's on you side.
Wasatch quickly gets back up, and here they go. 1st and goal from the 3. There's Chris Cook. He's gonna do a hurdle over the crowd at the front line. Maybe gain a yard. Looks like they're gonna bring it down to the 3-yard line.
We're gonna get on the ball, run it right at them. These guys are tired.
And Chris Cook.
Too easy.
Wow. Another touchdown. Touchdown, Wasatch.
We got a lineman down. He's just exhausted. He's just exhausted. Great job, line. Great job.
Wow, just scores coming so quickly right now.
And we are up.
Wasatch.
We're up to speed here. You know, it's not often that you hang this much on a Salem Hills team.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was just thinking that same thing.
They've had some athletes in the past, and they had a good couple of years in a run too.
Well,
Offsides.
While we are, and there's the kick, and it is good, except there is another penalty. Offsides on Salem Hill, so they will do it again.
No.
Here's the replay of the touchdown. It's like,
look at that.
Chris Cook he's still just strong as an ox.
Those 3 linemen right there on that left side, and they just made a wall. Chris just got to run behind it.
So here's the kick again. Southam once again. Southam has got to be tired at this point tonight. And that looked like another line violation, but no flags. So it looked like they were
kept it in their pocket.
So the score 56-26. And
nice. This brings me back to my old Duchesne High days, where we used to beat Altamont 60-0, 60-20. When you have the opportunity to put it on your rival once in a while, it feels good.
Okay, it's on Zoom.
I mean, there's
Follow him
8 minutes left.
And then name follow him as it goes. And get as close to the person catching it as you can after they kick it.
Let's do
So Fisher Brown's kicking off. Yeah, he's in the end zone. They won't let him bring that out.
So maybe I'll have to do it. Let him do it. And
also Wasatch touchdown, is that what he just said?
But
Oh.
yeah, okay. I'll ask you if he wants.
Let's see if we see Jackson
So here in a minute, you can take this.
Nilsson coming out. I don't see him yet. They might have the backup quarterback in, Brent.
Well, you're talking about
Well, we're going to go
4 touchdowns.
We're going to go Wildcat again. Hughes is going to be quarterback. He came in with the play. Nelson's on the sidelines.
I think it's like midnight.
While Salem Hills is running this first down play, we have some scores from the Region 9. Provo absolutely pounding Maple Mountain 47-10. I don't know if that's a final yet.
Oh.
And there's a little bit of a gain for Salem Hills. Looks like Hughes getting his typical 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, he just got pummeled. He took a lick. He's slow to come off the field. He felt that.
Also in the Region 9, the really interesting game I've been watching a little bit is Springville Spanish Fork, but now it does look like Springville's widening their lead 35-21.
It's a good Spanish Fork team this year too. New head coach over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
they're on a roll. They won their last few, so
ran into a buzzsaw in Springville.
Springville hit a buzzsaw last week.
Yeah.
Here's Hughes. Hughes is running. He's going to be met and tackled, stays on his feet. It looks like he might get a first down.
Man, just staying with it. Gutsy kid.
And that's all. Let's see. Besides this game, Wasatch and Salem Hills.
Jackson Stone on the middle linebacker there for us on the stop. What is Jackson? Jackson's a senior.
Jackson Stone. Definitely, has his times in there and playing behind Trevin Rothwell, but he's been able to. They love Jackson Stone. He hits hard and never says die. And boy, Hughes again. This time Hughes is passing. There's a complete pass.
Wow.
That is to Court Stewart. And this is just something different from Salem Hills. Another first down. I don't think Stewart is injured.
No.
Or sorry, Nelson.
Nelson.
I think this is just something different from Salem Hills.
But I'm not sure I want to get 8 beat up either,
Boy,
right?
Yeah,
if they're warming the bus up, then I don't know if I want my starting tailback in there either. He's played a good game. What a gutsy kid. Defensively, we're looking good. We've got some of the second team kids in. I don't want to make any parents mad, but
there is a flag. False start on the Skyhawks.
Some kids getting some time coming in. Number 7. Sawyer Johansson just coming out. They're just making they're replacing some kids a little bit at a time. I'm sure they don't want to let another score go, but they're giving some other kids some PT, which is great.
6 minutes left. Here's Hughes fading to his right. Wow, he's got open. A great arm. Wide open. Oh, and he drops it. Ow, darn. Yeah, darn it. That's just, unfortunately, a little how the night's gone for Salem Hills. Boy, that is Trevor Elliott, I believe, for the Skyhawks, and he just feels terrible.
Yeah.
He had his man beat by 10 yards and had nothing but end zone.
No, he was thinking about his touchdown dance.
Darn.
You hate when you hate that. Anybody don't need to say much either, right? He knows and both sides, our DB let him get behind him. He knows what he did wrong.
So it will be 2nd and 15 for Salem Hills.
Boy, this kid.
And Hughes again.
Hughes is a warrior.
Wow, another penalty.
You know what? I'm watching Jackson Nelson on the sidelines. He looks like he's a little frustrated. He's got his helmet peeled back. Hands on the hips. I think he's a little, and maybe he's frustrated. We're getting beat, but
yeah,
wondering like, hey, coach, why am I not in there?
Well, and I guess you'd have to say, some type of rebuilding year for Salem.
Sure,
but at the same time, boy,
maybe you don't.
A lot of season left.
Maybe you don't have a backup. You think you want to give your backup a little burn. Get him ready in case. But we haven't seen anybody else.
No. no.
It's been Hughes or Nielsen that's been back there.
Hughes has just been a stud.
Yeah.
He's just so tough.
Fun to watch.
And look what he's doing now. He's throwing passes,
Yeah,
perfect spirals. I mean, he obviously is a gamer that,
he's a senior too. Looks like he's played. They've got him slotted as a strong safety as well. I haven't seen him much on the defensive side. We haven't called his number a whole lot, but if he is, he's getting. He'll have some bruises in the morning.
5 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this game. A 30-point lead for Wasatch.
Nice opening statement for Wasatch High School.
You know, for this first game
Opening
of region,
up, yep.
So it'll be 2nd and 14. Pass is complete. Once again to Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart's going to get a few yards.
We haven't heard his name in a while, have we?
Well, and he was devastating early on.
Rolled up on his
Hills
blocker.
Down for a minute here. That's Ethan Houghton.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day. That you're blocking your tail off downfield, then you get rolled up on the ball carrier. Just kind of comes with the territory. Yeah, I hate to see that right now.
Have you had problems with connection?
Well, once again, while we do have a Salem Hills player down, let's look a little bit at the schedule. Salem Hills coming up after this game. You're talking about everything region, so they do have a home game next week against Spanish Fork, and then again the next week against Maple Mountain, and then they're on the road at Provo. So I would say right now, looking at things, Wasatch, Springville, and Provo, looking like the strong teams at the moment, but also looking at Wasatch's schedule, after tonight, they go on the road. They're at Maple Mountain and then a tough one at Springville in a couple of weeks.
And Maple's going to be your only easy game there, you know.
And the crazy thing is Maple could always be dangerous at Maple. So
But then those last 3 games, and like you said, Brent, we need to sneak into the playoffs. We've got to do that.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
So production's telling us too that they've got to interview with Coach Coburn right after this. So stick around if you're starting to head to the refrigerator because it's 56-26. Stick around. We're going to talk to some of the coaches and get some feedback. Great win for Wasatch on homecoming night. You can't, if you script homecoming, you want to do that, a big blowout.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I mean, and talking to Coburn before the game, they're never, ever, ever going to not think Salem's going to come in here and be tough.
Sure.
So,
Coach doesn't take any games lightly.
And so they're going to be happy, I'm sure. I'm sure things to work on. Wow.
Oh.
Almost intercepted.
Who was that? Was that Kelly? Was that Austin Kelly? Yeah, it was.
Austin Kelly almost with the interception.
Nice job. State champ wrestler, too.
5 minutes, 3 seconds left in this game. And we're going to pull in Corey Lang. We have not heard from him tonight. Corey's been helping his crew. He's going to come in here in just a moment and be able to work with you, Ken. So it will be 4th down, and it looks like Salem Hills is going to go for it. 4th, and boy, a good 7 yards, wouldn't you say?
Yep. Hughes at QB again.
Hughes back to pass. He has not been afraid to throw and pass a little high. So it will go possession to Wasatch.
Hard to throw with the gloves on there.
Go ahead, take over. Okay. All right.
So turnover on downs. And we'll see who Wasatch comes out with if we keep Mac at cube.
Just a good person and a good worker.
Yeah. Low center of gravity, and he uses it. And a nice hard run. Dude, that line looks great.
And another flag extending this game.
Wow.
I think these refs are getting paid by the hour.
Man. I hate to be critical. It's a tough job, but man, at this point in the game, unless it's egregious.
Right.
Keep it in your pocket, maybe.
Is there a real advantage?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
And I can see a call like that where you're calling, if a team is getting a definite advantage on something. But
Sure.
some of it's the situation, too, as we look at that play one more. Oh, this is another replay.
Replay on a Kelson ball.
And
who's played outstanding tonight?
Yeah, from what I've seen, I'll be honest, I've missed most of the game.
You've been chasing around. He has thrown the ball as well as I've seen him all year, and I've been impressed with him.
And
that's a tough ball.
Oh yeah, and from what I've seen, all around, just really solid play.
Yep.
From the lineman to quarterback to
complete game.
Running game.
Yeah, I would say that.
And the score reflects that, I think.
I think the defense was kind of getting an earful, and you're as a coach, you're never satisfied, right? But I told one of the defensive coaches I felt like you guys played pretty well defensively in the first half. They were upset with the broken play touchdown, but that happens.
And those happen, yeah. Those are the outlier, the exception kind of a play, for sure. But as a coach, as you know, you see the game in a different light.
Oh, sure.
You're looking at things to correct and things to improve.
Yeah.
And it always killed me when I go home at night and watch game film. I'm like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I remember.
Right. And I did that every time. I was like, wow, why did I lose my voice there?
We weren't too bad.
Calling the play at the line. And I don't know if we still have our starting offensive line in there, but for Mac's sake, I would hope we do.
Yeah, 4th and short. I wonder if they're trying to get him to jump.
Nice job. Boy, this kid runs hard.
Yeah. Like I said, he's just a workhorse.
Man. Impressive.
And I love that kind of role player who puts in the work, puts in the time, and bides his time. When it's his moment, he grasps it and runs with it.
Man.
Literally.
And I'm trying to recall the defensive play he had. He had a big hit in the first half that I thought I was like, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I'm happy for him right now. That's awesome.
Probably got a lot of second teamers in. I'm not certain at how many, but we're look. I definitely think we own the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, look at him.
Look at that
still
kid.
Yards after contact. Just
good for him. Well, we're slowing down. Max had to run all the way over to get the call. Coach Roberts is
no real hurry at this point in the game. Up 30, 3 minutes to go in the game, and
like you said, typical coach. Coach Roberts not happy with some. He's like, "What? That should have went for." The same thing I say about Chris is you get north and south. The minute you start kind of dancing in the backfield looking for that hole is when you lose that momentum.
And you see that in some backs, and it always drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you keep that momentum, the second you stop and you're standing upright, you've lost.
Yep.
You've lost yards.
Hit that hole, and once you get past that, put that first into the second level, then you can start dancing a little bit. But man, high school ball, hit that hole quick. Letting a little bit of clock run out. Wow.
Oh, there it is again. Look at that.
What a dude.
Oh, I wanted him to get that so bad.
He'll get one. He'll get this one in.
Good blocking too. Like he wasn't even touched until that secondary.
Yeah.
Got a hand on him.
And we've hammered the left side of the line this second half. We have stayed on the left side of the line, and they've done a great job. I highlighted Jackson the McNaughton kid earlier. Yeah,
there's your reward.
I wouldn't anticipate Mac throwing another pass at this, with this much. It's just, professional courtesy. Coach Coburn's given to the other side, but man, when you blow, you can't do anything about it when you're blowing up the line like that.
Well, the fans, I'm looking at the student body section down there, and they're still standing, still cheering, just enjoying. What a perfect night of a Friday night high school football homecoming here. And a solid game. It was close, within reach there, at halftime.
And it almost got like 2-3 minutes into the game, it got nice. It was like sun went down. It was beautiful.
Yep.
It's good.
Nice job. Well, and I was telling Brent, this is a great opening statement for Wasatch going into region play because it puts everybody on notice. Springville's not a pushover team.
No.
You never know what, coming out of the preseason, you schedule teams that are a little bit harder. So maybe the number of wins doesn't reflect how good you're getting, and how you're progressing. But I've been impressed on both sides of the ball tonight. I think offensively, Coach Roberts has called a really nice game. I like when he is balanced.
I do too.
Because I know he likes to swing it.
I was thinking the same thing watching it.
Yep.
I'm like, this is so refreshing to see.
Yeah. He likes to. He's a lot like
Not
me.
just
He's aggressive. He likes
pass,
to swing it. Yeah.
but tempo even.
Yeah.
Slow it down when you need to. Speed it up when you need to. Yeah, it's.
Max managed the game really nicely. I think, he had the one interception he last threw. He was on his back foot. That one's on him. But the one earlier, I think the receiver stopped running. But for a sophomore, I told Brent, most of the time, by this time of the season, you're not a rookie anymore. You've had a few games under your belt, and he's going to be a quarterback for a long time here at Wasatch High.
Yeah, it's really refreshing to see. It gets me excited.
You got a good one. It looks like your crew's giving you they're teasing you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they're just done.
Yeah.
But hats off to them. They've done an excellent job. This is the first game that I've been able to step away and just kind of watch them run the show.
Well, watching what's going on here, you still have your hands full, my friend. This is
more than I want.
This is a production.
In fact, I threatened them earlier today that I wasn't even going to come out. I'm like, you guys take it.
It's on yours.
I'm going to watch this from home.
No, they did great.
But I have had a moment there in the third quarter. I went up on the roof and just enjoyed the breeze
That's
and
awesome.
watched some football, and it was just amazing. Listening to you guys comment.
Well, thanks for letting me do this. This is a blast. The only one that's probably not happy with it is my kids because they have to hear it every football season. Like we hear this guy's opinion all the time. I've had some friends that have been giving me some beef on the text.
Well, that's why I love doing this, because these are all the things that are going on in my head during the moment.
Sure.
Now I just get to say it out loud.
Well, that's not my problem. Okay.
Second down. You actually gain 1 yard. Second down.
Clock's going to run.
Okay.
And at this point, you just hope nobody gets hurt.
Okay. I'm making sure that they get your Okay.
And we finally have a backup quarterback in there. Play action.
Okay.
And he gits in the stat book. Wasn't his. I probably now see.
This is his seat now. That was a little harder to get out because he's running down sideline. He's going to try to grab Coach Coburn right when this game ends. Even before he goes and greets the team, he's going to join us here on Sting TV and give us his thoughts.
There you go. What a play. Who is that kid? He just came and put a lick on him.
And helps him up.
25, Jackson Stone.
Jackson is...
Boy, he put a hat on him. Nice win for Wasatch.
That great homecoming. Okay, I'm going to try to get my eyes down there on Brent on the sideline as he grabs Coach Coburn. We'll join him momentarily, and then we'll have a few post-game wrap-up. Okay, I see him.
Coach got to do the...
Sorry, I don't want to start a thought here and then...
Obligatory... I think I blew that word up. He's got the obligations to shake everyone's hands, and he's well respected in the state.
But he's been around the game a long time on a lot of different levels. It's good to see. I mean, Wasatch is lucky to have great coaches, and
You know, and we've been on the losing side to Salem too on a lopsided win before.
Oh, I remember one. It wasn't that long ago. It came down to the last second kick.
Yep.
On the other side of the field there, that was a heartbreaker. What an awesome game, though. It's just fun to. We've had some really good matchups, and then going down there on the road. I remember a rain game about probably 4 years ago.
Yep.
Cold and wet.
That was it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
Josh Sanders, I think, caught one in the end zone last second and got called back on a penalty. It's like Brent is still trying to get.
All right, here we go. As he's grabbing him, it looks like we're having some technical feed issues with his video, and we'll go right to him as soon as we can.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Coburn, coach of the Wasatch High School, and I just want to ask a couple questions. The first question is, how do you feel about tonight?
Oh, it's great. I'm excited for our seniors, getting a big homecoming win in such a great fashion. That's what I'm excited about.
It's an amazing game, guys. Well, how do you feel about the offensive line?
Oh, the offensive line is getting better every week, and tell you what,
Yeah, Chris, phenomenal. Also, Crew Erickson, he was amazing. What's your opinion on his performance tonight?
Yeah, Crew was good. I mean, he's been and
all right, looks like we're having little range issues with our wireless camera there. As we try to get that, we will be posting that interview. We are recording it. We'll stick it on our channel.
Because this is the first year he's ever played linebacker. He's been a defensive lineman.
So final thoughts, Ken. Having watched that, what do you think?
Well, you know, obviously when you put up 63 points, you can say, you know, you've done a lot of things right. I was talking to Brent earlier, and down at halftime, the defensive side of the ball was a little upset on some miscues, but man, I thought both sides of the ball called a good game. They took what was given to them. Salem Hills started hot. I'm really impressed with Jackson Nilsson, but man, they just
I thought they played a really good first half.
Yeah.
Coming on the road, they did what they needed to do to keep themselves in a position to be in the game, and they were in it.
Yep.
The adjustments made at halftime, I think, are the difference in the game, and Wasatch's coaching and talent pulling away. So
yeah, you know, and they came out, and I love when they went in the I formation. It took me back to my old Duchesne High days, and I thought they were pretty effective there, but they got away from it, and got wore down. Complete game, great way to open the region. And hey, kudos to Coach Bringhurst and his line. Those guys played outstanding today.
And I'm looking at these other scores. I don't know if we mentioned them. It looks like they are final as well as ours. 35-21 Springville over Spanish. And then Provo putting the whooping on Maple Mountain there. 47-10. Does that surprise you?
No, not really. You know, Maple's, this is a down year for those guys. And you know, the ebb and flow in high school ball. You know, sometimes you got the dude, sometimes you don't. But it's good for those other teams in the region to look up and just said that Wasatch just hung 63 points on Salem Hills.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and they're not a pushover. No, it doesn't surprise you, Provo. But I'll tell you what, that Spanish Fork team is getting better every year. New head coach down there. I'm impressed with them. Of course, Springville's the crown jewel of our region, right? And they're going to be there. But you got to think Wasatch did some good things tonight, and you're giving Mac, your sophomore quarterback, some.
That's what I like.
Some good looks. Yep.
There was a lot of rotational guys that were able to get in and get some reps tonight.
Yep.
To build. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen starters go down on a fluke play and hurt, and now the next guy steps up. And these moments like tonight, that they can get some reps in and
Sure.
get some practice, just prepares them even more. So I'm looking through the scores. There's
any big upset. Well, Bingham over American Fork. I don't know that I would have picked that one.
And the only other 60, Grantsville over American Leadership.
Wow, that's a big
otherwise, yeah, that 69-7.
Yeah.
But otherwise, 63 points put up by Wasatch tonight. Is one of the leaders here in the state.
You know, and we talked about earlier the balance. What you put on film here tonight too. So these guys got to prepare for the run. They got to prepare for the pass. And so when you're balanced like that, you make that opposing defensive coordinator next week. He's going to have to do a little extra film work. When you're so one-dimensional, you know, you sit back in the zone, right, all day long.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, good for these guys to put this on film tonight, and good for Chris Cook. But Chris, you better go buy that line a hamburger tonight because do another kid and still running down the road. That's what you need at this point. I'll mention one more thing: the Mountain Ridge game. Coach Bringhurst came out, and it was close at halftime, and Derek said, "You know what? Right now, the toughest team's going to win." And they did, and Mountain Ridge won that game. And so I think we learned from that.
Yeah, and that's why you play those games, right?
We came out at halftime, and we were the toughest team tonight. We wore them down.
Well, we thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Oh, it was a blast.
From the comfort of your couch.
Blast, dude.
It's fun to have you here with us.
Yeah.
I hope you come every week.
Oh, I'd love to. I'm going to all my friends will blow me up and say, please don't ever do that again. I'm going to do that just to get back at him.
Exactly.
Coach Hermanson, I'm talking to you.
All right. Have a good night. We will see you again. We'll on the road next week, but we will be home after that with Provo. So tune in. Follow us on Instagram. We now have a TikTok as well as our channel here on YouTube. This is Corey Lang and
Ken Purdy
signing off tonight.